Welcome to Just Listen Books channel. Immerse yourself in the world of literature as we summarize books and deliver them in audio form. Perfect for your car rides, travels, and daily activities. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification. Let the journey into the world of books begin. How to Stop Procrastinating by Steve Scott is a practical guide aimed at helping individuals overcome procrastination, a common barrier to personal and professional success. The book offers a blend of psychology, case studies, and actionable advice to tackle this pervasive issue. Key points of the book include: Chapter 1. Understanding Procrastination. In this chapter, the focus is on exploring the psychology behind procrastination. Scott challenges the common misconception that procrastination is synonymous with laziness. Instead, he presents it as a complex habit formed by a series of psychological factors. Key aspects of this chapter include: 1. Procrastination as a habit. Scott emphasizes that procrastination is not an inherent trait, but a learned habit. This perspective shifts the focus from blame to understanding and modifying behavior. 2. Psychological roots. The chapter delves into various psychological factors that contribute to procrastination, such as fear of failure, anxiety, perfectionism, and a lack of self-regulation. Scott explains how these factors create a mental barrier that leads to delaying tasks. 3. Impact of negative emotions. The book discusses how negative emotions are closely tied to procrastination. Feelings like anxiety or doubt often trigger a procrastination response as a way of coping with these uncomfortable emotions. 4. Understanding triggers. Identifying personal triggers that lead to procrastination is highlighted as a crucial step. This self-awareness enables individuals to recognize the onset of procrastinating behaviors and intervene. 5. Breaking the cycle. Scott proposes that understanding the root causes of one's procrastination is the first step in breaking this cycle. Awareness of the underlying reasons helps in developing targeted strategies to combat procrastination. 6. Role of self-compassion. The chapter also touches on the importance of self-compassion. Scott suggests that being kind to oneself and recognizing that everyone struggles with procrastination at some point can alleviate the guilt and shame often associated with it. By framing procrastination as a habit rooted in deeper psychological factors, Scott sets the stage for readers to approach their procrastination in a more informed and compassionate way. This foundational understanding is crucial for effectively applying the practical strategies discussed in subsequent chapters. Chapter 2. Identifying triggers. In this chapter, the focus is on recognizing the specific triggers that lead individuals to procrastinate. Understanding these triggers is presented as a crucial step towards managing and overcoming procrastination. Key elements of this chapter include: 1. Fear of failure. Scott discusses how the fear of not meeting expectations or encountering failure can paralyze individuals, leading them to procrastinate. He suggests that this fear often stems from a perfectionist mindset. 2. Overwhelm from large tasks. The book explains how facing large, complex tasks can be overwhelming, causing people to delay starting them. Scott advises breaking down such tasks into smaller, more manageable parts to reduce this trigger. 3. Lack of motivation. Procrastination often occurs when there's a lack of intrinsic motivation towards a task. Scott explores how connecting tasks to personal goals or values can help in boosting motivation. 4. Poor time management. The inability to manage time effectively is identified as a common trigger. Procrastinators often misjudge the time required for tasks, leading to last-minute rushes and increased stress. 5. Distractions and environment. Scott highlights how a distracting environment can lead to procrastination. He recommends creating a conducive work environment and minimizing distractions as much as possible. 6. Unclear goals or objectives. When goals or the path to achieving them are unclear, it can lead to procrastination. Scott emphasizes the importance of having clear, well-defined goals. 7. Physical or emotional exhaustion. Acknowledging that physical tiredness or emotional stress can lead to procrastination, Scott advises taking care of one's physical and mental health as part of managing procrastination. Throughout this chapter, Scott integrates real-life examples and practical tips to help readers identify their personal procrastination triggers. By understanding what specifically leads to procrastination, individuals can tailor their approach to overcome these challenges effectively. Chapter 3. Practical Strategies. In this chapter, various techniques and approaches are outlined to help individuals combat procrastination. This chapter is essential as it moves from understanding and identifying procrastination to taking actionable steps. Key strategies discussed include: 1. Breaking tasks into smaller pieces. Scott emphasizes the importance of dividing large, overwhelming tasks into smaller, more manageable chunks. This approach reduces the intimidation factor and makes starting tasks less daunting. 2. Setting clear deadlines. The author highlights the significance of setting specific, realistic deadlines for tasks. Deadlines create a sense of urgency and help prioritize tasks, making procrastination less likely. 3. Eliminating distractions. Scott advises identifying and removing common distractions in the work environment. This could involve digital detoxes, organizing the workspace, or setting boundaries with others to maintain focus. 4. Creating a tailored productivity system. Recognizing that one size doesn't fit all, Scott suggests developing a personal productivity system. This involves experimenting with different time management techniques, like the Pomodoro technique or time blocking, to find what works best for the individual. 5. The power of routine. Establishing a daily routine can help in building momentum and reducing the mental effort needed to get started on tasks. 6. Using technology wisely. While acknowledging that technology can be a distraction, Scott also discusses how it can be leveraged to aid productivity, such as using apps for time management, reminders, and task tracking. 7. Self-reward system. Implementing a reward system for completing tasks can boost motivation. Scott recommends setting up small rewards for small tasks and larger rewards for bigger accomplishments. 8. Mindfulness and self-awareness. The author stresses the importance of being mindful and self-aware in recognizing procrastination tendencies and actively deciding to counter them. 9. Accountability partners. Scott suggests finding an accountability partner or joining a group with similar goals to stay motivated and on track. This chapter is practical and action-oriented, providing readers with a toolkit of strategies they can apply to their lives to reduce and eventually overcome procrastination. Scott's approach is flexible, encouraging readers to adapt these strategies to fit their personal needs and circumstances. Chapter 4. The Role of Habits. In this chapter, the focus is on the importance of habit formation in combating procrastination. This section is pivotal as it addresses the long-term solution to procrastination through the development of positive, productive habits. Key aspects of this chapter include: 1. Understanding habit formation. Scott begins by explaining how habits are formed and how they function. He emphasizes that both good and bad habits follow a cue routine reward cycle, and that understanding this cycle is crucial for habit change. 2. Replacing bad habits. The author discusses the concept of replacing unproductive habits, like procrastination, with productive ones. Instead of trying to eliminate a bad habit, which can be difficult, he suggests replacing it with a positive habit that fulfills the same need. 3. Small habit changes. Scott advocates for starting with small habit changes. He argues that trying to overhaul one's entire routine at once can be overwhelming and unsustainable. Small incremental changes are more manageable and likely to stick. 4. Consistency and routine. The importance of consistency in habit formation is highlighted. Scott suggests establishing regular routines to help reinforce new habits. This routine becomes the new normal over time. 5. Trigger identification. Identifying triggers for unproductive habits is essential. Once these triggers are recognized, one can create strategies to avoid or manage them, paving the way for more productive habits. 6. Creating a productive environment. Scott advises creating an environment conducive to productivity. This could involve organizing the workspace, removing distractions, or having visual cues that remind one of their productivity goals. 7. The power of rituals. The chapter also touches on the power of rituals in reinforcing habits. Scott recommends establishing morning or evening rituals that promote productivity and help set the tone for the day. 8. Patience and persistence. Scott underscores the need for patience and persistence in habit formation. He acknowledges that developing new habits is a process that takes time and requires regular effort. 9. Monitoring progress. Keeping track of progress can be motivating and provide valuable feedback. Scott suggests methods like journaling or using apps to track and reflect on one's habits. This chapter provides a comprehensive guide to habit formation, focusing on replacing procrastination with positive work habits. Scott presents a practical and systematic approach, emphasizing that the key to overcoming procrastination lies in the daily habits we cultivate. Chapter 5. Mindset Change. In this chapter, the author delves into the crucial role of one's mindset in overcoming procrastination. This chapter underscores the concept that altering one's mental approach to tasks and responsibilities can substantially diminish the tendency to procrastinate. Key elements of this chapter include: 1. Shifting perspectives. Scott emphasizes the importance of shifting from a negative to a positive outlook. He argues that viewing tasks as opportunities rather than burdens can significantly change one's approach to work and reduce procrastination. 2. Overcoming fear and anxiety. The chapter discusses how fear and anxiety often lead to procrastination. Scott suggests strategies for confronting these emotions, such as positive self-talk and reframing thoughts to focus on potential positive outcomes rather than negative ones. 3. Value of optimism. Scott highlights the role of optimism in overcoming procrastination. An optimistic mindset can increase motivation and the willingness to tackle challenging tasks. 4. Breaking down mental barriers. The author discusses how mental barriers, such as perfectionism or a fear of failure, can lead to procrastination. He advocates for a mindset that embraces mistakes as learning opportunities and focuses on progress rather than perfection. 5. Growth mindset. Scott introduces the concept of a growth mindset, where abilities and intelligence are seen as qualities that can be developed. This perspective encourages continuous learning and reduces the fear of tackling new or complex tasks. 6. Mindfulness and self-reflection. The chapter also touches on the importance of mindfulness and self-reflection in changing one's mindset. Being mindful of one's thoughts and attitudes towards tasks can reveal underlying reasons for procrastination. 7. Visualization techniques. Scott recommends visualization techniques to foster a positive mindset. Imagining the successful completion of tasks can create a more positive attitude and reduce procrastination. 8. Affirmations and self-encouragement. The use of affirmations and self-encouragement is suggested as a method to reinforce a positive mindset. Positive affirmations can shift one's focus from negative aspects of tasks to their positive elements. This chapter in Scott's book is essential as it addresses the psychological underpinnings of procrastination. By fostering a positive, growth-oriented mindset, individuals can change their approach to tasks, leading to a reduction in procrastination. Scott provides practical advice on how to cultivate such a mindset, making it a valuable resource for anyone looking to overcome procrastination. Chapter 6: Accountability and Rewards. In this chapter, the author discusses the importance of establishing systems of accountability and setting up reward mechanisms to combat procrastination. This chapter is critical as it focuses on external and internal motivators that can help maintain momentum in completing tasks. The key points covered in this chapter include: 1. Importance of accountability. Scott stresses the role of accountability in combating procrastination. He suggests that being accountable to someone else for your goals and progress can significantly increase your commitment to completing tasks. 2. Telling others about your goals. One method of creating accountability is to share your goals with friends, family, or colleagues. This act of sharing not only makes your commitments feel more concrete, but also introduces a social element of responsibility. 3. Working alongside others. Collaborating or working in the presence of others can also serve as a form of accountability. Scott suggests that having someone working alongside you, even if not on the same task, can boost productivity and reduce the urge to procrastinate. 4. Accountability partners. The chapter discusses the concept of an accountability partner, someone who checks in on your progress and to whom you report your accomplishments and setbacks. This relationship is built on mutual support and encouragement. 5. Self-reward system. In addition to accountability, Scott highlights the effectiveness of rewarding oneself for completing tasks. He advocates for setting up a system where you reward yourself after accomplishing a goal or task, which can serve as a strong motivator. 6. Types of rewards. The types of rewards can vary greatly, from small treats or breaks to larger rewards for more significant accomplishments. The key is to choose rewards that are personally motivating. 7. Balancing rewards and consequences. While focusing on rewards, Scott also suggests considering mild consequences for not meeting goals. This balance between positive and negative reinforcement can create a more powerful incentive system. 8. Tracking progress. Part of the accountability system involves tracking progress, which can be motivating in itself. Seeing the progress made can be a reward and encourage further productivity. 9. Customizing the system. Finally, Scott advises customizing the accountability and reward system to fit personal preferences and lifestyle. What works for one person might not work for another, so it's important to find a system that resonates personally. This chapter in Scott's book provides practical advice on using external and internal motivators to combat procrastination. By creating accountability systems and rewarding oneself for completing tasks, individuals can find additional motivation and support in their efforts to become more productive and overcome procrastination habits. Chapter 7: Long-term perspective. In this chapter, the focus shifts to the importance of adopting a long-term view in the battle against procrastination. This chapter is crucial as it frames overcoming procrastination not as a quick fix, but as a gradual, ongoing process that requires consistent effort and dedication. Key points of this chapter include: 1. Understanding procrastination as a habitual process. Scott emphasizes that procrastination is a deeply ingrained habit for many, and changing habits takes time. He encourages readers to be patient with themselves and recognize that progress may be slow. 2. Setting long-term goals. The chapter highlights the importance of setting long-term goals and working steadily towards them. This approach helps in maintaining focus and direction, providing a bigger picture that keeps daily tasks in perspective. 3. Embracing incremental progress. Scott advocates for valuing incremental progress. Small steps and minor improvements are celebrated as part of the journey towards overcoming procrastination. 4. Persistence and resilience. The author stresses the need for persistence and resilience. There will be setbacks and days when procrastination wins, but the key is to keep moving forward without getting discouraged. 5. Developing a growth mindset. Adopting a growth mindset, where challenges are seen as opportunities to learn and grow, is crucial. This mindset helps in dealing with setbacks and viewing them as part of the learning process. 6. Regular self-reflection. Scott recommends regular self-reflection to assess progress, understand what strategies are working, and identify areas for improvement. This ongoing evaluation supports the long-term approach to overcoming procrastination. 7. Lifestyle changes. The chapter also touches upon the necessity of lifestyle changes that support productivity, such as healthy sleeping habits, regular exercise, and stress management. These changes contribute to overall well-being and better focus. 8. Seeking support when needed. Recognizing when to seek support, whether from friends, family, or professionals, is highlighted as an important aspect of the long-term approach. 9. Celebrating milestones. Scott suggests celebrating milestones along the way. Acknowledging and rewarding oneself for the progress made can be a powerful motivator. This chapter concludes the book by reinforcing the idea that overcoming procrastination is not a quick fix, but a gradual process that requires ongoing effort. By adopting a long-term perspective, readers can approach their journey with a more realistic and patient mindset, leading to sustainable change in their habits and productivity levels. Throughout, Scott's tone is encouraging and realistic, acknowledging that while procrastination is a challenging habit to break, it is possible with the right approach and mindset. This summary offers a more detailed look into How to Stop Procrastinating by Steve Scott, covering its key concepts and practical advice in greater depth. For a comprehensive understanding of the book's full scope and depth, reading the complete book is highly recommended. You can find the link in the description. Please note that it's an affiliate link, which means that purchasing the book through this link not only gets you a great read but also supports our channel's growth. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Your support means the world to us. Click subscribe and hit the bell to be the first to enjoy our upcoming audiobooks. Together, let's continue this amazing journey through stories and tales.